chemical spill management. Spill can be classified into general spillage of infectious material, including blood and body fluids, spillage of microorganisms, it may be general infectious microbe, or spillage of genetically modified microorganisms. It may be a general chemical spillage, or mercury spill, radioactive spill, cryogenic gas spillage, solvent spillage, spillage onto or into equipment, and dealing with a suspicious substance. Today I'll talk about chemical spills. Most manufacturers of laboratory chemical issue charts describing methods for dealing with spills. Spillage charts and spillage kits are also available commercially, and they should be displayed in a prominent position in a laboratory. The following equipment should also be provided: chemical spill kit, protective clothing, which include heavy-duty rubber gloves, overshoes or rubber boots, and respirator, scoops and dustpan, forceps for picking up broken glasses, mops, cloth, paper towels, bucket, soda ash, that is sodium carbonate or sodium bicarbonate for neutralizing acid and corrosive chemicals, sand to cover alkali spills, and non-flammable detergent. The following action should be taken in the event of significant chemical spill. Notify the appropriate safety officer, evacuate non-essential personnel from the area, attend to person who may have been contaminated. If the spillage material is flammable, extinguish all open flames, turn off gas in the room and adjacent area, open windows if possible, and switch off electric equipment that may spark. Avoid breathing vapor from spilled material. Establish exhaust ventilation if it is safe to do so, and secure the necessary items to clean up the spill. So spill can be divided into category 1, category 2, and radioactive spill material. Category 1 spill is a small spill of about 1 gallon or less than that can be blotted with paper towel or spill pads and normally require no special PPE beyond gloves and lab coats to clean up. Waste must be placed in a biohazard bag closed with a zip tie or tied in a knot, then placed in a biohazard box. These spills can be cleaned up by lab staff with appropriate hazard communication and spill response training. Category 2 will include large-scale spills that, due to the properties of hazardous material, quantity of material spilled, and other mitigating factors. So they require PPE and are beyond our ability to clean up safely. Persons with hazardous waste operation training and proper PPE is required, which may include respiratory protection. Radioactive spill material that contain an amount of radioactive material can only be cleaned up by persons appropriately trained in radiation safety, such as radiation safety officer, physicists, or nuclear medicine technologists. Special attention must be given to proper decontaminate personnel and the area around the spill when radioactive material is involved. So what are the actions to be taken when there is chemical spill? We should refer to the hazardous material and waste plan in the safety manual for information. Determine the substance that has been spilled and notify other people in the area. A spill is larger than 1 gallon, evacuate the area and call maintenance department for emergency assistance. For small spills up to 1 gallon, locate the appropriate spill kit and begin spill cleaning wearing appropriate PPE. Wait until it has been absorbed, then sweep up and place in a disposable bag. These are some of the uh, requirements for chemical spill management. For small spill of acid, neutralize with commercial absorbent material kit, cover spill with absorbent. Note that there will be a heat reaction that can cause splashing of material due to the reaction. For spillage of solvent or alcohol, eliminate source of ignition, absorb with bentonite clay or commercial spill kit. For spill of formaldehyde, use commercial absorbent material or neutralizer and place waste in hazardous material bags or box for disposal. For compressed gas which are non-flammable, turn off the valve and ventilate the area. For dry chemicals and inorganic salts, sweep or wipe up depending on if it is solid or liquid. For oxidizers, keep spill chemical away from organic material. For small caustic spill, dilute and neutralize and flush down the sink and drain with water. So these are certain other requirements in the spill kit, which include an absorbent, a neutralizing material, then the protective gear. So this is all for today. Thank you very much.